Okay, on to the PS4. We don't have much left to do, just this and the Switch. Now, I don't have like I said, I don't have a big and diverse PlayStation 4 collection, clearly. But I figured, you know what? It's still important to show. And we're going to start with the game that I got bundled with my PlayStation 4, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Now, as a kid who, or young adult, or even adult who loved Uncharted 3, this one was a bit of a letdown, not gonna lie. I enjoyed the game, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the living crap out of the game, but after Uncharted 3, you kind of realize that Naughty Dog kind of blew their load with this one. And, fortunately, it seems that it's going to be the end of the series, or unfortunately, since it didn't really end on a particularly high note, but hey, what you going to do? Still beautiful game to look at, it's just that the game kind of... If this had been the third one and then they made the fourth one the third one, this probably would have been the best game out there. Oh well. It was a good game, like I said. Not the most disappointing game I own. Oh, I'll get to you in a minute, Spyro. But on to Final Fantasy XV. And Final Fantasy XV is about as Final Fantasy ridiculousness as you could possibly get. This is the Day 1 edition, so it's the original. This isn't the definitive edition. It's not anything updated. I don't have any of the DLC stuff. I just played this game from start to finish, and you know what? I felt content. And I haven't really felt that good about a Final Fantasy game since 13, really, and I had that for my Xbox. So, yeah, it's actually really good, and I really, like I said, I have not had a really good positive Final Fantasy feeling, and I'm happy that this game was able to provide that for me. I know a lot of people still aren't a big fan of it, and want them to do another Final Fantasy game along the lines of the remake of FF7, which I will be getting at some point. Probably, I'll get that after Christmas, and all the Christmas rush. That and Age of Calamity for the Switch is what I'm looking at, most likely. Unless Santa wants to bring me one, that would be very nice of him. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5. Both collections put onto one disc. So it has technically 4 games and 2 movies. But we don't like to talk about that movie. That movie didn't happen. And that game didn't happen either. So, we've got 5 great games on here. 4 great games and 1 good movie and this. And one of the things they improved upon with this release is that the ridiculous load times of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 are no longer functional, or no longer a problem. So, I basically was able to breeze through the original Kingdom Hearts game with a fraction of the time than it would normally take me. There's the disc. Now, I'm showing you the disc mainly because the Story So Far collection that we're going to be looking at in a bit, yeah, that doesn't have the disc in it because that disc is currently inside my PS4 as I was using it to record Birth by Sleep not too long ago. But as we know, that game is wrapped up and finished now in terms of recording, and we got to move on to editing, which I will be doing a lot of in January. On to the next Kingdom Hearts game we'll be taking a look at LP-wise. And I'm talking the whole flippin' doodle gobble-doodle package for this one. Instead of just doing one game and coming back, we're going to do this entire collection in one shot. Because technically it's 1 1/3 game. 1 1/3 games and like a half of a movie. And this is the PS4 version of Dream Drop Distance. And honestly, I liked it better on my 3DS, but that's just me. I do enjoy the game nonetheless. I would say I'm playing the music from that game, but I clearly chose Kingdom Hearts 3 and Toy Story because of course. Then you have the technical pre-trailer or gameplay trailer for Kingdom Hearts 3 in 0.2, a fragmentary passage, where knock knock, who's there? You're playing as Aqua, and something that happens to her in the Birth by Sleep LP means we have to deal with that in that part. And then we have like an hour TV special about these people. They like to wear masks. That's all I know, and that's all I care about. I'm here for the Xehanorts, you goose. You goose. And then, of course, we have the story so far, which is literally just those two games packaged into one. Not on the same disc, though. They wouldn't be that stupid. So, empty disc, that's where 1.5 and 2.5 is in my PS4. And there's the 2.8 disc. I'm probably going to play this disc's version instead of that one. I don't know why. I like it. They're both literally the exact same games, but whatever. Alright, you. We gotta talk. We gotta talk, Kingdom Hearts 3. The more I look at this game, the more I look at and say, what could have been? This game could have been a masterpiece. But it missed the mark in so many spots. It's too... what would the word be? It's too inconsistent, that's what it is. It's got elements where it would truly be a successor to Kingdom Hearts 2. The gameplay is phenomenal when it's not ridiculously wonky or forcing you to use stupid friggin' spinning teacups. Yes, I said spinning teacups. And honestly, like I said, the story, once you get to a certain point in the story, it starts to get good. Like, really, really good. And you get... sorry. You get every single ending you want. And then the game just knifes you. I hear the DLC is good. I'll be taking a look at that when I LP this. So I'm going to do that blind since I don't have the DLC. Because I'm a cheapskate when it comes to that kind of crap, and the only DLCs I buy are for shit like Smash, so I can have Steve from Minecraft playing Smash. Next up, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. The compilation of all three Spyro games remastered for the PS4, the Xbox One, I think PC even has it, and then, of course, the Switch. And what are those three games? Well, you have Spyro the Dragon, which we LP'd. Spyro Ripto's Rage, which for the love of God I have to do again. And Spyro Year of the Dragon, which in my opinion is the best of the best. And my second all-time favorite game behind Kingdom Hearts 2. We will be taking a firmer look at this game in the near future because, like I said, we gotta do Ripto's Rage again. Thanks to my external hard drive. Another game we recently took a look at, Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy. This has all three of the original Crash Bandicoot games repackaged, remastered, and made for a new generation. Crash Bandicoot 1, which we just played. Crash Bandicoot 2, which we'll tackle in the future. And Crash Bandicoot Warped! Sorry. I even scared my own hand there. Crash Bandicoot Warped! That we'll take a look at in the future. The far future. This is a fun game. It's a very challenging platformer. Especially if you want to 100%. Oh my lord, if you want to 100% this game, you're insane. Even Cat Icarus thinks you're insane because he does the time trials. Next you have Lego Marvel's Avengers, which is another DLC-ridden nonsense quest, where, for the most part, you have the main gameplay of the game is taking the two stories of the Avengers movies, the original two, the Avengers and Age of Ultron, and then loading up DLCs to take on the events of Captain America the Winter Soldier, Iron Man 3, and Thor the Dark World, which who the hell would want to go through that movie again? But, like I said, it's Lego. It has the fun gameplay. Flying around with Thor made me want to throw up, though, so hopefully they improve that if they do another Avengers game for a Lego Avengers game, if they do it for another system. But hey, what you gonna do? It's a fun game. I need to play it more, though. Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I wanted this to be a big LP for my channel. Unfortunately, the game makes it a colossal pain in the ass to go and start a new character. Like, you literally have to collect all 7 Dragon Balls in order to do so. And guess what? I have 5, and the other 2 are locked behind, like, ridiculous obstacle challenges. It's stupid, but hey, what you gonna do? This is an RPG game, like its sequel, where you can create your own character and prevent forces of evil from interfering in timelines and making the bad guys too strong for Goku. It gets old after a while, but once you get to Battle of Gods, it's fun. A lot of violence, a lot of shirtless men. You know, it's the good old Dragon Ball friggin' formula. And Dragon Ball 2 Xenoverse, or Xenoverse 2, whatever, basically picks up where the other one left off, except it makes a few minor improvements. It makes navigating the hub world a lot easier. It gives your character access to more moves that you can teach him. And, you know what, just generally has a better story, in my opinion. I didn't get this when it first came out, and I kind of regretted it. So, I wanted to play this blind for you guys, but of course, Elgato did not want to cooperate and corrupted most of the footage, so another project that was put on the back burner, and I'm probably going to end up having to play the Switch version, which we'll be talking about in the next part. Those are my PS4 games. Expect a few to be added. I want to add a couple of games to it. I want to add Medieval, like I said to you guys. Well, not that Medieval wasn't the one I told you I wanted to add, but Medieval I want to add. Final Fantasy VII I'd like to add to my collection. There's a few more that I'd like to add. But for now, this is what I have, and I will see you guys when we finally wrap this up with my Switch games. Stay classy, YouTube.